And welcome to My Xbox and Me. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the one and only Mr. Paul Despawn. Hello, Despawn.
That's
How
me.
are you?
I'm good, man. I'm very excited to talk video games today. I've played some games and I want to talk all about them.
I'm glad you have. I worked out this has been my longest stint in not playing a video game in years.
I thought you were going to say this is your longest stint away from Baldur's Gate.
No,
But-
well, yes,
well,
it is.
yes,
It is,
but
of course,
also-
of course. No, I didn't play. So obviously, I'm back. Hello, everyone. For those who missed it, I was at TwitchCon. So I was in Vegas for 5 days, and then I was in Texas for 5 days. Obviously, if you watched last week's video episode, you would have saw. I don't know if you kept the audio or not on there. Okay. Well, if you heard me, I was literally sat at a bar at like 4 o'clock in the morning, waiting for a Philly cheesesteak.
Right, it is. I get it.
And then I saw Despawn jump in the Discord, like, oh, we're gonna record. And I was like, let me just jump in real quick and do that little video. So technically, still not missed a week. Just saying. But yeah, I was away for TwitchCon, and I'm back. I literally just got off the plane, 10 o'clock this morning, and I am feeling it right now. So I do apologize if I'm a bit sick as well, so my voice might sound a little bit raspier than usual. I got the con flu, I guess.
Yeah. It gets us all.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man. I realized I took my Steam Deck with me. Didn't touch it once.
Nope.
Not once. So unless we're counting Digital Roulette as a video game, which the argument could be had.
Did you unlock an achievement?
No.
Then no, I'm not counting it.
So Nintendo games are just not
real games. I mean, no.
Not real games. I respect it. But anyway, if you didn't know, this is My Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast right here on youtube.com/My Xbox and Me and all podcast services. If you want to support the show financially, head over to patreon.com/MCFixer to get yourself some goodies and help the show keep on rolling. Shout out to our Patreon producer this week, of course, the one and only Mr. Aaron God. We do appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Topic of the show this week, at least this is something I can talk about. Xbox partner preview for October happened, and I ended up doing a reaction. Sorry we didn't do it on the My Xbox and Me channel. I didn't even know if I was going to be able to react to it in Texas. The internet did hold out, so they've got what's Elon Musk in there?
Skylink.
What is that? They've got Skylink, but obviously that's not fiber optic, so it's not wired in. So if the weather's bad, it messes everything up.
Yeah.
So that's what I dealt with for 5 days. Get this right. So went to Vegas, weather scorching, amazing, fantastic. I get to Texas, it rains for 5 days.
Nice.
So I've been to Texas in the snow, and I've been to Texas in the rain.
One day you'll get a nice light breeze and then maybe some sunshine.
I go to a house where there's a pool and a jacuzzi and I never get to use it.
We're not getting that hot tub stream, people. We're never getting it. It's never happening.
Tell me about it. I was very. I didn't even bother. Like, I was going to do an IRL stream on the ranch, doing some horse riding. The weather was just so bad. I couldn't do it. It sucked.
That's the reason you couldn't ride a horse. Yeah, that one reason.
To be fair, the reason I couldn't ride a horse while I was there is their horse that they use for riding, because they have multiple.
Of course.
This world is so weird.
It's a whole other life, right?
He was sick. Oh, it just doesn't make sense.
You give the horse conflu? What the hell?
I didn't know, but
okay.
He had an abscess on his neck, and it was it's a whole thing. But I did end up doing a watch along for the Xbox partner preview because I was interested. I wanted to see what it was. I wanted to see what the pacing was going to be like. I just wanted to, and I wanted to see my chat, to be honest with you. We ended up reacting to it. It was about 30 minutes long. And this is Xbox's answer to Nintendo's Nintendo Direct
State of Play.
Xbox State of Play. To be honest with you, this is their answer to that. I'll start with you. What did you think of it? The production wise of it?
Production, I thought it was really good. I felt it was missing something. A little bit, and I've been watching a couple of people's reactions after the fact, and I think it was a lack of a VR. I think the fact that it was just clip like trailers and like elements in between them was great, but I definitely feel like it missed that voice over. Like, I don't want to shout at other people, but I've noticed a couple of people doing watch-alongs who were basically doing their own voiceovers,
Yeah.
and I think it automatically made it better. So for a first one, I think it was a really good starting point. But I definitely think there are things that could be improved, and there's definitely, like I say, adding VO in there, get some voice in there, just like get somebody narrating it would be a good way to like elevate it a little bit.
They have the whole Xbox podcast team.
Yeah.
Jeff Rubenstein, all those people. I feel like they should do it. Or I know over in the UK we have the Xbox On team. Just somebody that can, like, Nintendo have that. That I don't know.
They
who
have
it
the
is that
guy.
does it.
Yeah.
They have the girl and the guy. Like,
Yeah,
they have
true.
the two people that do it, and they interchange. PlayStation have someone that does theirs as well, if I'm not mistaken.
It's like one woman's voice. Yeah.
Yeah. I did like the production of this in terms of how fast paced it was. There was no bullshit. There was no filler, and it just got us from game to game to game to game. And no game, even ones that I wasn't interested in, which we'll go through in a second. Games in general, not just the one I'm not interested in. No game felt like it overstayed its welcome in a good or bad way. You know, like it felt like it was 30 minutes long. It was really good. I do agree with you. Just a simple on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing would have been nice. But
they had those really good moments in between where you could where they basically did like a little end screen where it was like scan this QR code, go to Xbox Wire, see more information about the game. Get somebody to narrate that. That's literally all it needed for me, I think.
But the only problem with that is then you've got someone saying that after every single thing that then becomes jarring, right? Which is
not necessarily.
And if you want to find out more, go to Xbox Wire. If you want to find out more, go to it. Once you heard that after let's say they show 6 games, after you've heard that after the second time, you're like, we get it, go to the Xbox Wire.
Yeah, but I mean, there are way to balances. It doesn't have to be after every one. It could be like, if you want to see more information on the games you've just seen, go to Xbox Wire. Now here's a selection of more games that are coming from some of our indie partners, and then show some of the indie games, and then again have a separate blog post just for the indie titles, and do it like that. Rather than, like you say, rather than being after every game, it doesn't. I don't know if it would work as well, or like you say, if it would grate a little bit. But there's definitely ways to balance that, and more and like smarter people than me would be able to figure that out.
The one thing I will say is I hate the name. The partner, Xbox partner preview. I like. Why have Xbox not learned from like State of Play, State of Direct? Like, stay within the same format, guys. Like, we understand what those are. They get us excited. We enjoy those. All you've got to do is work out your formula of that, and then we've got the big spectacle E3 or Gamescom.
The showcases.
Do it. But you need to come up with a name for it. But I really did like it. The one thing I liked as well was the little, like you say, the slide screen they did, which showed like new game. Like brand new release. It just makes things very clear, very easy to understand what's been shown before, what hasn't, and things like that. So I really enjoyed it. But the context of the content of the show, I guess. What did you think of that as an overall product? We'll go through it in a second, but what did you think of what got shown?
Again, same as you said near the beginning, like everything in there wasn't for me. But the things that were in there were shown off really well. The things that weren't for me kind of like went along in a nice pace. I never felt like anything overstayed its welcome. I think what they did show as well is enough to everything that would excite a fan of that would be enough to excite that fan, should we say. So like say, we'll jump into everything, but say like when they showed Metal Gear Solid, they showed enough of that to get me excited. They showed enough of Alan Wake 2 to get me excited. And then
let's start there. Like, let's start at Metal Gear. Obviously, Metal Gear Solid 3 is first gameplay reveal, I guess, if I'm not mistaken, right? They didn't show gameplay last time at the PlayStation State of Play, I don't think.
No.
Which I really liked what I saw of Metal Gear Solid 3.
It's no longer 3 anymore, is it? It's Delta.
Oh, Delta. Sorry. Yeah. My bad. Delta Snake Eater. I really liked what I saw. I had never beaten Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Back in the day, I beat 1, I beat 2, never beat Snake Eater. So this is going to be one of those fresh experiences for me.
Okay. So are you not going to be jumping into the recently released Master Collection then?
I might do 1 and 2, but I probably won't do
Okay.
3. I'll probably play this one.
Will you
As
say that?
my
Do we know how far out this is? Because from what we saw of the trailer, so this is the thing. So I was excited to see the gameplay, and in-engine stuff looks amazing.
Yeah.
Knowing that they're doing it in Unreal Engine 5 always
Mhm.
excites me. I don't know what it is. I am very easily pleased when if you tell me something is coming out in Unreal Engine 5 and it looks this good, I'm like, yep, all
Ooh,
right, game
shiny.
one. Yeah, shiny thing is shiny. I want it. Give me it now. The only thing I would say, and I've seen it around a few people saying it, this definitely lacked a bit of soul to it. It was very much a showcase of graphics rather than
Yeah.
game. And for anyone who knows, like obviously the massive fallout between Konami and Kojima when he left, this definitely feels like it's lost that Kojima-esque feel to it.
I feel like it has in its marketing, maybe.
Yeah. Like that's the
don't know,
thing.
yeah.
Like this was very much to me a graphical showcase rather than gameplay because we didn't really see that much gameplay. I think he crawled
No.
along the edge of one ledge and then strangled one guard.
Yeah, it goes
Um,
across. It goes across
yeah.
a few walls and things like. You
Mhm.
saw the frog going through the water.
Yeah.
Lots of rodents and animals and things like that. They shown. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. But again, graphics get me excited.
Yeah.
So
Well, like I just started by saying like Unreal Engine gets me feeling all queasy and
Yeah.
happy. So yeah, no, I'm 100% with you. Like the graphics of it looks amazing. I want to see the heart and soul of this game on display, like because that's what gets me excited about a Metal Gear game. It's the batshit weirdness of Metal
Yeah.
Gear that I love the most. So I hope we get to see some of that in the future. I just want to hear the voice actor speak.
Yes,
I want to
obviously.
hear David Hayter.
I don't think
it
it is.
is. He not?
I don't know. Wasn't there
Oh.
a thing ages ago that he wasn't doing the voice of Snake anymore? A
So
long time ago.
so he was replaced in Phantom Pain
And then Pain. Yeah.
and Ground Zeroes by Kiefer Sutherland,
Yeah.
but in every other iteration it's been David Hayter.
Okay, I'll have to wait and see.
So,
I
yeah.
don't know if it's been confirmed or not, I'll be honest.
We shall see. Yeah.
We shall see indeed. Moving on, I guess we'll jump into Alan Wake here. I thought this was obviously Alan Wake's out now. I haven't had a chance to jump into it yet. That's my plan for next week. I've got Spider-Man to play, I've got Alan Wake to play, and of course I've got Baldur's Gate to play.
I've always got Baldur's Gate to play.
Always got Baldur's Gate to play. But this was Alan Wake's my favorite showing for the game. I didn't need it personally, and it kind of feels a little bit redundant to talk about this for too long because the game's out now. But it got me very excited to then want to play the game on what would have been Friday if I was around. So
Yeah.
they did a good job of showing that game off again. And have you been playing it?
So no, so I installed it today. So it is ready to go. So I wanted to talk to you about this, but I'll talk to you about it on stream. Why not? Like, I was thinking about streaming on the My Xbox and Me channel.
Oh, nice. Yeah, do it. Do it. Definitely.
Little
Definitely.
Halloween stream.
Yeah, definitely. Do it. Definitely. Next up, we had Yakuza Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. This was the manage your own island. The Happy Resort Dondoko.
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 So
Yeah,
one thing I will say
yeah.
before we go into it, no longer Yakuza. It is no longer a Yakuza series anymore. It is just called Like a Dragon.
Ah, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. So the reason I think it's always been Like a Dragon in Japan,
Yeah.
and we've only called it Yakuza over here in the West. But obviously for the connotations of the Yakuza series, like being
Yeah.
Yakuza, they wanted to move away from that. So I think Yakuza Like a
Makes
Dragon
sense.
was the switch over. And now
Gotcha.
ever since then it's been Like a Dragon. So Like a Dragon Man who lost his name. I can't remember that title. But and then this as well, it is only just
Yeah.
Like a Dragon now. going forwards.
Gotcha. I really liked what they shown here. It seems like it's going to be one of those build your own, manage your own island type thing, you know, customization. And if you care about this sort of thing, you can go in here and spend a bunch of hours. You can get the resources. But I feel like it's going to be just like the Like a Dragon series, I guess. It's going to be one of those added things that I feel like you're not going to have to do, but if you want to and you want to get lost in there, you can. Which, yeah, honestly, I loved. I never beat Like a Dragon, but I loved it. I
Yeah.
absolutely love. Did you play it?
No, I saw enough of it to know that I would love it, but again,
So
time.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I feel like as we get closer to this drops in January, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I believe so, yeah.
If there's not too much going on in December, I might even try and do a fresh run through and just play through, so I can try and get that full story experience. Now, but yeah, I really like this world they built.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I like what they have here. I like the characters; they're funny, humorous. Yeah, it's a good time overall. Very much a good time overall.
I'm interested in this one. So again, like the Like a Dragon series has been one that I've enjoyed the look of, and I've gone back and played some of the like prequel series or like the earlier games and stuff like that, which I enjoyed my time with, but I never actually finished them. This one, like, I feel like I could lose a lot of hours in just doing this Dondoko Island section.
Oh yeah,
it just feels like Animal Crossing with gangsters.
Yeah.
What's not to love?
Exactly. No, I agree. I do agree. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
It looks like they captured that humor that this series has got as well, which is always
and
good.
that's the main thing. That's the main thing for me. I love games that are funny, that don't take themselves too serious, and this game doesn't at any moment. So it's very cool. Next up, we had the Ark Survival Ascended reveal. Is this out? I think this is out, if I'm not mistaken.
So it's out in early access on PC.
In early access. Oh, okay, that's where I've seen it.
Not on console yet.
So my chat was telling me when I was live. So this is Ark Survival Evolved remade, right?
Basically, it's a remake of all of the original Ark game in Unreal Engine 5. Updated some of the elements in the game, but like you're going to get all the original maps. All of that kind of stuff is going to be in there. And then obviously at some point it's going to come to consoles as well.
Yeah.
There's going to be cross-platform play and modding, which is going to be interesting to see how that works. But yeah, it is very much a remake. So this isn't the Vin Diesel Act 2 that we got a trailer for a while back. This is very much, like I say, a remake of Survival Evolved.
Fair enough. I know people are excited. I just never a game I could get into. When my brother-in-law used to play it, and literally he used to leave his Xbox on for like days and days at end because he had to tame a dinosaur, but he had to be near it or some I don't know, some crap like that. And I was just like, this seems like a lot.
So that is one of the things that I think they've made better in this one. I think they've made both taming quicker, and you can also set the timing on those kind of things as well. So in your own custom worlds, you can modify those kind of things. So yeah, hopefully that makes it a bit more accessible. I've seen a bit of gameplay from it. It does look beautiful. Like they are taking full advantage of Unreal 5. Again, Unreal 5, my baby. But no, I'm very excited for this one. I will watch and wait until it comes to consoles because just, I want to see how it plays there. But no, I'm interested in this one.
Okay. Next you had was Manor Lords. It gets a PC Game Pass release date and trailer. The release date being the April 26th, 2024. This was like the how do we explain this one? I thought it was Chivalry 3.
Yeah.
At first.
It has those vibes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was at first. But it's not my type of game at all.
No.
But more power to anyone that is excited for it. I've never been into those type of games. Those worlds just never interest me either.
I do like a good city builder, but they're not something I put a lot of time into. They're the kind of things where I'll just play with them until I can break it, and then I'm like, cool, I've made it ridiculous, I'm moving on.
Yeah. Age of Empires was like the last one that I played that was like I probably got into a lot. Not the newest Age of Empires, but a while ago. I don't know. Maybe if it drops, maybe there's nothing out in April and I'm interested. Maybe I'll give it a go, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
It's going to be on Game Pass, so...
Exactly. Next up, you had RoboCop Rogue City. Honestly, I think this game looks like a PS2 game. The PS3 game. I'm not interested in this at all. I thought maybe it was my connection, so I'd have to go back and watch it again. But the gunplay looks awful.
I don't know how much I can say about this.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Don't say nothing.
Yeah, NDAs and stuff. But
yeah.
Let's just say I've had hands on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, from everything that I saw, I was not interested at all. I'm not a RoboCop guy anyway. That's never been like my my thing. But this one drops November 2nd.
Mhm.
But yeah, it just doesn't. Gee, they just. What
This,
is it with them keep putting these franchises out to die? Like
yeah,
all these licensed IP are just like, what the hell?
this 100% should have been a Game Pass game. This would have done.
Yeah,
This would have done great on Game Pass. The fact that it's not coming to it is weird to me.
it would make no money.
I mean, they'll get
It,
that. They'll get the bag from Microsoft, won't they?
I guess. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
But
I don't know. It's a weird one for me. It doesn't look good. Next up, you had Still Wakes the Deep. This one looked like it's from the Chinese Room, who made a lot of puzzle games. So they made Dear Esther, if you remember that. It takes place on like a mysterious oil rig set in the 1975s off the coast of Scotland. I liked what I saw. The only problem with me in these games at this point now is once I know that it's just a walking simulator, it no longer excites me.
yeah, you like the action elements from horror
I
games.
like. Do you know what it is? I like walking sims.
Mhm.
I actually do, but there needs to be an evolution to them, and I don't feel like we've gotten that yet. There needs to be more. Like Layers of Fear is always the one I go back to, right? Which is like I loved Layers of Fear 1, but once you know that there's nothing other than the mass atmosphere of what is going on in the house and things like that, it's just picking up things and then trying to figure out little tiny, taking in that story in a different way. And I guess that's what this is.
Mhm.
But I wish there was a walking sim that could turn the formula on its head.
Yeah.
And really make it like, so you think you just play the walking sim, and then halfway through the game,
Here's a
something
gun.
big happens, and like maybe not a gun, like it doesn't even
yeah.
have to be a gun, but like something happens, and it's like the game just sort of twists straight on its head.
Mhm.
Because I always feel like you get to that point where like the opening is super strong,
Yeah.
and you're ramping up, and then there's never that big payoff at the end of these type of games, because there's no big boss fight, there's no big moment. It's just like
Just getting
and we're
through
done.
that jump scare
Yeah.
after the jump scare. Yeah. I'm interested in this game. I will say that I thought this was a very bad showing for it.
Mm.
I don't think it did a very good, like, again, it's very much you walking across one walkway and then going through a puddle. And that was it.
Yeah,
And it's like,
I think it was trying to show off the graphics of it and the
Yeah.
atmosphere and things like that. So
yeah, and I think it did a good job of showing off those bits, but for a gameplay loop, I wanted to see more from this game. I hope we will see more from it soon, because I'm interested in checking it out. Obviously, again, another Game Pass game, so very excited. But yeah, so we'll wait and see on this one, but like this trailer didn't do much for me.
fair enough. Next up, you had the Dungeons of Hinterberg. Gameplay was shown off. It's the action adventure social sim game. It's coming out in 2024, which 2024 is already shaping up to be like a really good year.
Oh yeah.
It shows like the balance between its combat system and relationships and things like that. I like the art style. I couldn't put my finger on what it reminded me of, the art style. I really like its art style. It's very much unique in it to itself, and it's going to be one of those games. It's either going to get me and I'm going to absolutely love it instantly, or I'm going to fall off it pretty fast.
Yeah.
Is what I can see.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen of the trailers and what I'm hoping we get, it's good. I imagine, or at least I hope, that there's going to be a really good loop in there. So it very much feels like the way that they're describing the game that I've seen so far is very much you go off and do dungeons, which is where you see all the action combat. And then as you do more dungeons, you unlock more social aspects in the town.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that then kind of becomes a nice loop where as you unlock those social aspects, you unlock new skills, which then you can use in different dungeons. And I'm hoping that is a powerful enough loop to keep you going. I love the art style, like you say. I think it's a really good art style. I like unique art styles like this. It does give me slight Hi-Fi Rush vibes in the art style,
Yeah,
but
someone
not
said that in my chat,
not
but
to
not
the super
fully.
stylized level.
Yeah.
This very much feels like if an indie studio made Hi-Fi Rush.
Okay, yeah, I can see.
I think
that.
it's got
I
those
can
indie
see that.
vibes to it, which I love those kind of games, so I'm very excited for it. But yeah, like I am hoping that the loop is there, because it looks like it could be. It looks like it could be good. From what I saw of the trailers, it very much seems like you were mentioning how many dungeons you completed, and then
Yeah.
it was showing that as you spoke to people, you unlock those skills. So hopefully that is a really good loop. And yeah, but from what I've seen of the combat and the puzzle systems, it looks like it could be a really interesting one. So yeah, very excited for this one next year.
The relationships where that game lives or dies for me. It's like, is the writing good?
Yeah.
Do I care about these characters? Do I want to spend that much time in that game to go off and do whatever dungeon to get back to whoever is my favorite character and tell them about my journey, you know? So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll definitely see. Next up, we had the Spirit of North, which is obviously the sequel to Spirit of North 1 that came out in 2019. It's the Fox Raven game. They're teaming up together and traveling across the world. Honestly, it looks really cool. It looks really cute. I didn't even know this was a sequel. I didn't know what Spirit of North was.
Yeah, no, I was very much the same. I was like, wait, 2? I didn't even know there was a 1. But yeah, art style again, like suckered me in with that. Like, God, just like it looks very much like similar to like kind of like stop motion animation, which a lot of studios seem to be doing at the moment. I know there's a few games coming out with that kind of art style. And yeah, I'm a sucker for it. Like, looks great. But yeah, I'm interested to see this one. If it is just like another like kind of 2.5 3D platformer, I'm not sure how long I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like art-wise, it looks amazing. I'm just wondering what that gameplay is going to be like. Maybe I'll have to go back and check the first one. Is the first one on Game Pass?
Don't know. Not sure, mate. Not sure. Next up, you had the finals gets its open beta, which people have been playing. The open beta was from the 26th. I don't know when it ends.
I think it's still going.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think so. Which is the free-to-play, team-based, cooperative shooter. I had people reaching out to me saying, "Is this XDefiant?"
No, it's
I was
not.
like, nope, separate games. Yeah. Separate games. I had multiple people like reach out to me and say, "Yo, like, you work at Ubi. Is this a Ubi game?" I'm like, no. Like, did you guys not hear about this? Like, what the hell? But yeah, the finals is out there, people. I haven't heard what, again, because I've not been on the internet too much. I don't know what people are thinking of it, so I'll have to check it out for myself and see.
So I've played a couple of the closed betas. So this is now the open beta that's out at the moment. It's an interesting concept. I'm very unsure how long it's going to last. It definitely leads it to the super competitive side of it. So it is teams of 3 working against, I think, 3 other teams to kind of like capture the bag, as it were. But it definitely feels like everything I've seen so far, there is only one game mode. So there's not much going on. So it is very much a case of capture this cube and then cash it in and you get a ton of money. You do that like 3 times and then the winners obviously win. But it's fully destructible environments. You have like light special abilities between the different characters. You can play a different character class that you want to play and kind of specialize in that. Some of the cosmetic stuff looks cool. But it's very much, it gives me this, so I hate to say it because it feels like a nail in the coffin, but it definitely feels like, do you remember Hyperscape, was it?
Yep.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that with more destructible environments.
I'm good.
That's about as much as I can say. Yeah. Like, I hope that going forward, they introduce a lot more nodes to give you some more interesting things to do. Because if it's just a single mode on different maps, it's not going to last for long.
Fair enough. Last one on my list is, I don't know how to say it. I think it's Icaron. Icaron. Yeah. Will Not Die. It's a fast-paced roguelike type game, which I know you lot. I know people love roguelikes. And you love roguelikes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Did you like what you saw of this?
Yeah, like this interests me. I'd want to see more. Like, I think the trailer was too stylized for my liking. I didn't get enough gameplay elements out of it.
Yeah.
But graphically, it looks fun, looks interesting. I love a good roguelike, like you say. Again, give me a good gameplay loop, which roguelikes are perfect for. Then yeah, I could stick to that for a while. So I'm interested to see what this one's going to play like. But yeah, if what they're showing is kind of like indicative of what we're going to see, I'm very excited. I do like that it kind of like, it felt like it was leading into like a social media aspect of some of the gameplay. So like you were getting like view counts and things like that. So I don't know, maybe you get better points for like doing more stylized actions. like big, massive, bombastic, like blowing up a ton of shit and things like that. So
Yeah.
hopefully, there'll be some fun stuff there, like a nice little unique loop to it. But yeah, interested. Like, good first look. I'm very interested to see more.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, that is it from the Xbox preview partner.
They need a better name.
Partner.
The preview partner
horrible.
preview program
Horrible
for
name.
previewing. Yeah.
Absolutely horrible name. But yeah, I enjoyed it overall. There's room for improvement, but I'm happy, and I hope we can get these more and more more often, because I think it's a smart thing to do.
Like one every quarter, it'd be good.
Would be nice.
Yeah. I think
agree.
if they're going to be I don't know about how you feel right now, but for me, for Xbox, it definitely feels like we're in that kind of. We're done with the acquisition stage. We're done with the building up a portfolio. It very much feels like we're getting into that stage where Xbox finally have something to show off on a regular basis. And I'm hoping that this now is a sign, this is the start of things to come, where it's we are going to have our big showcase where we show off our first party titles, and we're going to have a partner pro. We're going to call it the Triple Pre. The partner preview program, the PPP, the partner preview program, where they're going to show off all these third-party titles that we've got these licensing agreements for. We can see all these titles that are coming to Game Pass or just coming to Xbox that look really good, and then and then everything in between that showing off on a regular basis. I'm quite, for the first time in a long time, I'm feeling quite optimistic of being an Xbox fan, and it feels weird. I don't know how this.
I think it's the Activision deal being done, and obviously
that's just relaxing right now. I was like, oh, for God, it's over.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's given. I don't know. I feel like I'm coming off of Vegas, right? Where I was very fortunate enough to get invited to a little mix that they were doing. So I got to go in the high roller, which is the London Eye in Vegas. And they did a big surprise that the Sphere was running the Xbox ad, which was really cool to be in there with Jeff Rubenstein and a bunch of other Xbox people, and Xbox influencers and things like that, and being that, I'm like, this was dope. And it just, I don't know, there's a very good feel-good factor around Xbox now with the Activision deal gone through. Game Pass is obviously shooting on all cylinders. They have the hardware, they have there's little things that obviously can still be improved on. I feel like first party, for me, I'm still sat here waiting. Starfield didn't do it for me, unfortunately. But
on the flip side, Forza didn't do it for me. So yeah, there's
exactly. Yeah. So it's one of those ones, right? So nothing. There's games coming as well, so we're just sort of waiting. But there is definitely a feel good factor around Xbox again, which is amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
So nice.
Let's jump into what's been in our box despawn. Again, like I said to you, I haven't played anything for 10 days. Longest time ever. Longest time in. It's got to be the longest time since I started this career.
Yeah.
That I haven't played. Yeah, because usually I will at least take, I don't know, like I say, a Steam Deck or a Switch or and I had those things with me. I just wasn't motivated to play it. I downloaded Lies of P on my Steam Deck to play it. Just didn't play it. I had Final Fantasy. What's it called?
16
Core? No. Crisis Core.
Oh, Crisis Core, yeah.
Crisis Core, and I had Punch Club 2, and just none of them. I was just like, nope, I'm good. I'm gonna take the 10 days.
Sit in the rain, watch a horse out the window.
Yeah. You didn't ask me how much money I lost, by the way, in Vegas. I expected you to ask.
So I'm interested to know how much money you lost, but as a long time listener, and now obviously being in the community and being part of this podcast now, and I feel like I need to ask for the community, how many pillows did you steal?
No, I didn't steal any pillars. Again, I took pillars. I took pictures of the pillars as well. Again, now they've forced me
to trying to get you,
which is horrible. No, I didn't steal any pillars, but I did walk out up.
Oh my word! How much?
How much do you think? How much do you reckon?
We're talking dollar amount.
Dollars.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with. I think you might mean up by good $50.
A lot higher than that, mate.
Way. That's what I like to hear. So does that mean I can get paid now?
No.
Okay.
No, that's Corey. That's Corey money. That's Corey money.
That's Corey money.
I ended up walking away with $900.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, if I would have been out, if I weren't such a pussy, I could have actually have like covered my trip.
Double down. Yeah.
But I was too scared. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
So
But
close
yeah,
to
I had
that,
a good
those
time.
triple, the 4 digits.
Yeah, but that's what That's
how
when
they
you
get
start
you.
losing.
That's how they
That's how
get
you
you.
start losing. When you start
Mhm.
chasing, that's when
Mhm.
they get you. I was like, nope. There's one night where I walked away with about 400. I kept posting that I was winning.
Yeah.
But I walked away one night with like 400, and I was like, that's me.
Good.
I was like, I ended up counting my money. I was like, I have the exact same money that I came out here with, and I've been here for 5 days, eating, drinking, buying things. I was like, nope, I'm good. Let's get the hell
Well
out
done.
of here.
Well
I'm
done.
done.
Yeah.
I'm done. So yeah, I did well. I did well in Vegas.
I'm proud of you.
What have you been playing though, my friend?
So this is the bit that I was excited about. So I have been playing. So there was 2 games I played this week. One that I wasn't allowed to talk about last week, and one I've
Which
been
was?
wait a week to talk about. So last week I was playing Ghost Runner 2.
Oh,
But last week's episode was the day before the embargo lifted, so all I could say is that I was playing it.
yeah.
Now I can talk about it. I can tell you exactly how I feel about it. I'm very excited to do so. This game is hard as fuck,
Yes.
but it is so satisfying. It is such a good game. So for those that don't know, spoiler warning. Well, not spoiler warning. Just to be totally transparent, I am now part of the 505 Games Creator Circle, so I get access to their games. So they gave me the code for Ghost Runner 2, so thank you to them for that. But saying that, I will always be like totally transparent with my opinions on these games. I'm not going to gloss over anything just because they give me free codes. Wouldn't be much of a podcast if we did that.
No.
But saying that, I freaking love this game. It is incredibly hard. I think I did a count after I finished the game, so I completed it. Total deaths were like 1,200 deaths in the entire run.
Jeez.
Apparently, that's not that bad. I was talking to some of the other, I was talking to some of the other people in the circle, and apparently, that is not that bad. So, definitely, like if you were a fan of the original one, check this one out. I'd never played the first one, but from what I've seen of this one, it's very much expanded on all of the unlocks you can do. They've got some new elements that are really cool in there. So they've got a motorbike now, which unlocks halfway through, which has some really cool, like semi-open world levels, which make it really interesting. But yeah, graphically looks amazing. This game is perfect for those people that love that like little adrenaline rush of being like, when you complete a level and you do it perfectly.
Yeah.
This game is perfectly geared towards that. So being able to like wall run off a wall, block a bullet coming at you back into their face, then melee counter a samurai coming at you with 2 flaming swords, and then slide under a gangway to like get out of the way of this laser firing robot. It's just like, when you manage to pull off a perfect run in a level, you feel so much like a badass.
Yeah.
It is so good. I did have some issues with a couple of bits from it. So the first boss is a dickhead. It is I will go out on a limb and say it is a badly designed boss. So there is an element in that fight where you've basically got to use a third-party NPC to kind of get out of the way of some attacks. And he's the only way you can get out of the way of those attacks. Only he's flying around with a jetpack, and he's never always in sight. So you will so there'll be 9 times out of 10 you'll be able to get out of the way, but every now and again you'll get hit with this attack where you can't dodge it because the guy who you need to use is off flying away somewhere else firing laser beams at something. Bit of a bullshit move. So if you are, this game is very RNG based in some of those attacks. So if you are trying to do like a perfect run, like 0 deaths, good freaking luck. That's all I'm going to say. Also, the way that they've designed like traversal, you can very much like wall run off everything. And that is a detriment sometimes. So there'll be definitely ways where you'll like clip the edge of something and like run off in a corner in like a tangent in the wrong direction, or you'll have like a really small window of opportunity to land on something, but the game will force you to run off the edge of something and miss it completely. But like those bits were few and far between. Other than that, I really enjoyed this game. I wanted to go back and do all of the collectibles. So there's a ton of like cosmetic collectibles, so like new swords and new like armor and things like that. But yeah, no, very much like loving this game. I'm I'm not one for difficult games. I've been describing this, so there's a review on my channel where I've described it as basically the Dark Souls of platforming.
Gotcha.
And I think that is a really good like analogy for this game. It is very hard, but it is very satisfying when you manage to pull something off. So yeah, so if you're a fan of the original, you're gonna love this. If you were thinking about checking it out, I think there's still a demo up for it, which is a really good like opportunity to see what the game is like. So I would recommend definitely checking that out if you're on the fence.
The first one's on Game Pass, if I'm not mistaken.
Believe so. I know it's definitely in PlayStation Plus, but we don't talk about them. So yeah, but yeah, check it out if it's in Game Pass. I think it might be. Yeah, definitely go check that out. But this definitely feels like something like that adds a lot more to the story and the gameplay elements. But yeah,
Okay,
100%,
right.
definitely worth checking out. And then the second thing I played this week is probably going to be on my Game of the Year list.
Oh,
It is Cocoon. So this is the new puzzle game from the developers of Inside and Limbo.
oh wait, that came out. Interesting.
Yep, that's out. It's now out on Game Pass. So I think somebody in the community was saying, well, like last week they asked if we were going to be checking it out if we played it yet, and I was like, I haven't yet, but I'll make some time for it because apparently it's relatively short. This might be one of the best puzzle games I've ever played, which is a tall order because there's been a couple of good ones this year alone. But the way that the loop on that gameplay works is so amazing. I don't want to talk too much about it for spoilers because story, like you can't really spoil the story. It's the same as Inside and Limbo. You basically walk from one end of the game to the other, but this is very much more of a 3D, like top-down, isometric view. But the way that the puzzles work, I think, is the key selling point. So you basically find these orbs, and if you put these orbs into certain machines in the world, you can jump into the orb, and inside that orb is another world.
Oh.
And then inside that world, there's various puzzles to solve. And as you get later on, you find different orbs which do different abilities that you can then mix and match within the worlds to kind of solve the puzzles.
Gotcha.
And I can't stress enough how much of a genius this makes you feel when you pull something off. Like when you figure this is what I talk about when I'm talking about those gameplay loops. You know, when you talk about like with Ghost Runner where you makes you feel like a badass.
Yeah.
You get a puzzle game that makes you feel like the smartest man on earth when you figure it out.
Yeah.
This is 100% that. And it's beautiful. The art style is amazing. 0 words spoken in the entire game, similar to like Inside and Limbo, but
Yeah.
it's all through the world that they tell the story. The boss fights are really fun in there as well. There's loads of collectibles. I want to go back and do all that as well, so I want to go 100% it. But yeah, without saying too much about it and going on forever, you have to play this game. I think I did it in one session, but that was quite a long session, so I want to say maybe 4 or 5 hours. You could definitely knock it out in a stream if you were going to stream it.
Okay.
And I definitely think you should. Like, I think this would be a really cool.
I played both Limbo. I played Limbo and what was the other one?
Inside.
So yeah. I mean, definitely. Why not? Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I honestly can't tell you how much this is going to be like. Not such a hard year this year for Game of the Year, but like this is going to be in my personal contention.
Yeah.
For how good this game is. Like, it's so good.
Fair enough. All right. Well, let's get into this week's dashboard real quick and get through the news. Xbox have had a gigantic rejig in their marketing and gaming divisions. Most notably, I guess, would be Sarah Bond, who has gone from. Do you remember what her previous position was?
I am not sure.
I can't remember what she previously was. Unfortunately, it's skipping me now. But she is now the president of Xbox. So the hierarchy now looks like this. You have Phil Spencer, obviously CEO, Matt Booty, president of games, content, and studios. Sarah Bond, president of Xbox. You've got Dave McCarthy, chief operating officer of Microsoft Gaming. Jarrett West, who is chief marketing officer of Microsoft Gaming. Amy Silverman, who's chief consumer sales of Microsoft. Bobby Kodak, chief executive officer of Activision Blizzard, which we are assuming That will change.
We know that's true. So it has been confirmed. January 1st, he is out the door.
Then you have Jocelyn Main, Chief Staff, Microsoft Gaming, Cynthia Pili, Corporate Vice President of Human Resources, Cara Perez, General Manager of Communications, Lydia Norman, Corporation Vice President of, it says CELA, I don't know what that is, and then Tim Stewart, who is Corporate Vice President of Financials. That currently is what Xbox looks like in their new look of where they're moving forward. And that's I saw the news break, which I was extremely happy for Sarah. Obviously, she's been working with Xbox now for a really long time. You can see the passion that she has for the industry and what she has for Xbox alone. We've been seeing her be more pushed to the forefront as of lately, during E3s, during Tokyo Game Shows. Anytime that Xbox need people to speak, the three people that you're seeing really are Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, and Sarah Bond. So yeah, it's good to have that base. I'm selfishly hoping that means that Phil Spencer's not going nowhere for a little while.
Same. Like the fact that he's been moved up to basically, the head of the division, as it were, of all of gaming is good. Like I think it is well deserved. The man has like turned around from the Kleppic. Was it Kleppic? Oh no, Matrix. From the Metric days to now, I think has been a huge turnaround, and I think he's been like at the forefront of that. And I think the successes that Xbox have been at the moment, I think he's definitely been the one leading the way on that. But yeah, like you say, Sarah Bond is a perfect fit, I think, to succeed where Phil started this journey. And I think, I'm excited to see what she does going forwards. She seems to have the same kind of excitement and like drive that Phil had for the Xbox community in general. And she definitely feels like one of the gamers as well. So yeah, I'm very excited to see where this leads.
Absolutely. I think that's why there's a feel-good factor around Xbox, though. I feel like it's the right people are in the right positions, and whether they get everything right, they won't. They'll never go into. It's impossible.
But they're going in it with the right intentions. Is what's important.
Exactly. Yeah. And again, it's what they say to us is how that is translated then through the games and the services and everything else moving forward. So I'm very, very happy for everybody who has been promoted in the rejig. And I'm happy. I'm just very, very happy to see what's going on now.
I think I saw sorry, go ahead.
Go on. You might be saying the same thing I was going to say, so feel free.
I was going to say I saw an article where Satya Nadella, the lead of like Microsoft, said that they were basically doubling down on gaming going forwards, and this feels like they're basically setting themselves up to be able to do that. With Phil in the lead and having Sarah and Matt basically be the voices for Xbox, I think is a really good sign for the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only that. The other big responsibility was the Matt Booty's now taking responsibility over for ZeniMax and Bethesda. So I feel like there was clearly a do what you want type thing when Xbox bought in, because they didn't want to be too controlling. And obviously you have things like Redfall come out, which again, there's stories gone around that should have been cancelled and things like that. So that's whatever. I feel like now's the real time to kick on from everybody. So very, very excited. Couple of quick ones before we get out of here. Skull and Bones has been pushed once again.
That time of the month again. All right, we have to announce this again.
I have to say, I'm absolutely shocked. Again, I played this the other day. Not the other day, but you know what I mean. I played this not too long ago during the closed beta. It looks beautiful. It plays really well. I had a great time with it. I would have put my left nut on this coming out, and like generally I would have. I thought this was a shoe-in, done. We're just gonna ship this get it out, and it's done. And it's been delayed again. I
think on the back of this, we got announcements that there's been a couple of delays in Ubisoft. So they announced this and another. All they said was another big main title.
X-Defiant, surely.
X-Defiant was one of them. The other rumor was maybe Star Wars Outlaws.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got Avatar that's still due to come out.
Yep.
Prince of Persia is still to come out.
Mm-hmm.
X-Defiant is still to come out. And then it's
To be fair, I don't like X-Defiant feels like a different one because I think they've been quite open about where the delays are coming from, and it's very much around certification. So it feels like they're done. They've just got to fix whatever issues they've got for certification before they can drop it. Skull and Bones, however, who knows? Outlaws, who knows? Yeah, it's a weird time for Ubisoft at the moment.
It is. It is a weird time. The one thing I will say is like Ubisoft reporting's net booking was $554 million dollars, at which is up 36% year over year, driven by stronger than expectations of their back catalogue.
Mm-hmm.
The Crew also had a record launch, Crew Motorfest, for a franchise by unit sales. Assassin's Creed Mirage, obviously, getting an AC game out there. Week one numbers were in line with what they expect from like Odyssey and Origins. So, things are not doom and gloom over at Ubisoft by no stretch of the imagination. But obviously, who's somebody who is who gets a paycheck from Ubi. It's always interesting when I see these delays because I'm just like, this is interesting. This is interesting. I didn't see it coming. I generally did not see it coming. And when I say paycheck, obviously from a freelance position, just so everyone's aware.
Yeah, we don't get anybody out of this. But no, I mean, it's a weird one, this one. So what, because obviously I didn't get hands-on with it, but I did see it. And Skull and Bones definitely felt nicely polished. Like, from what I saw, like, what was being shown in that beta definitely felt like there was a good, solid loop there. You definitely lots to grind through. But yeah, I'm interested to see, because again, just looking at this article that we're looking at for IGN, it does mention that they lost their third creative director on the game. So maybe the concept and elements are there, but the story loop isn't.
Maybe, but really open beta in it at that point.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I don't know how games are made. I don't know how anything works. I said it even at the airport today. I was like, how do they get the bags to us so fast? It's not that hard, but just my little brain just couldn't comprehend. I was tired. But yeah, it's I know. But yeah, it was a shame. It was a shame to see that news. So
yeah,
sucks. Next up, you have Capcom, who have been on a roll as of lately. They revealed to be working on a new next-gen RE engine, codename REX. There's a few little bits and bobs that are coming out from this. I saw this on Twitter. The RE engine will include all previous features of the RE engine, or REX, will include all previous features of the RE engine, while adding support for technology and handling the growing size of assets more effectively. The video is, there's a video that came along with this, it was mainly for developers, but there's a few interesting tidbits to go along with it, which have now obviously come out of the reporting. So, yeah, I mean, the RE engine's amazing.
It's one the proprietary engines that are out there. Like, it's one of the best. Like, I think obviously there's arguments about like which could be the best for these proper. Like, you've obviously got like the Decima engine and the Fox engine before that for Kojima's games.
Yep.
But yeah, like it was every game that's been out in this game. Like, you'd never fault the graphics on it and what it can do.
No. The big thing that people are talking about is this being called the REX, as in Rex, and people speculating that obviously Dino Crisis could be next.
Oh, please.
Honestly, can I be honest?
Go on.
I kind of meme with Dino Crisis because I never beat it. Like, I played it as a kid, obviously, but like I didn't really understand it. So I'm actually excited for a Dino Crisis remake.
Yeah.
Like,
it's basically Resident Evil with dinosaurs. What can you not love?
I know.
It's Exoprimal with Jill Valentine. Come on, let's do this.
No.
No,
Don't sound
no,
like that. Don't sound like
no,
that.
that said it like that. Maybe I don't want it as much.
Yeah, no, I'm not interested. No, I'm not
No,
interested.
no.
Last news story: Fortnite's next big update is they're going back to Chapter 1.
Okay.
They're going back to the original Fortnite, original map, original everything, from what I can tell, which is an interesting move. I mean, it I don't know. I'm interested.
I will say one thing. I'm all for them like revisiting the OG maps and stuff like that. Please don't make it a build only thing.
No, I don't think it is.
Leave me no build. That's all I ask.
Yeah, no, I don't think it is. I think it's more just a case of like they know how many people enjoyed the original, and I feel like that's where they're at. We're like, all right, let's just go back. This is an easy season for us to do.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Chapter
We've got
1
the assets.
Have a little throwback. Have a little throwback moment here. Especially it will look better because in the new engine, obviously you still have mantling and things like that. So yeah, good luck to him. And yeah, I might jump in for a little bit.
Still installed. I'll go for it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Maybe we'll all jump in together then.
Fortnite with the boys.
I'm not saying it like that because then people will come for me and want Halo with the boys, and I'm not interested.
That was a question last week. The new season looks good. Apparently, Halo's back.
I'll crash the streamer for you guys on the My Xbox and Me YouTube, Twitch, and Kick channel. Then feel free to do so. I'm not going to do questions this week. My throat is absolutely killing me, as you may have heard throughout this show. So we'll leave it there. Let's plug, and get ourselves out of here. D-Spawn, what have you got to plug this week, my friend?
I'm going to plug the YouTube channel, / My Xbox and Me. I am going to stream some Alan Wake this week. I am promising it. I'm not doing a Crash. I'm not going to say I'm doing it and then not do it. Doing it. I'm calling you out, Crash.
I can't believe you did that. Crash will never see this, so fuck you, Crash, you suck.
Matt will. Hi, Matt.
Matt will. Hi, Matt. We want to have a little talk this week. We're getting very close to the end of the year. Obviously, some people will know or won't know. Twitch have ended their exclusivity in terms of you can stream everywhere. So yeah, the plan will be from now on, if we do stream, you'll be able to find us on, again, wherever you want, to be honest with you, but it will be either on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Kick, and anywhere else that we decide wants to have a stream. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I want to do that with our specialty streams, whether it be gameplay, whether it be reactions, wherever. I want us to just be able to put content wherever you guys want to be, and you guys be able to watch it wherever and whenever you want. So yeah, that is the plan moving forward. So I'm excited. Very, very excited. Until next time, I'll love you. I'll leave you. I'll see you all later. Happy to be back. Good boys.